Today marks the beginning of the Edinburgh Chronicles. Boom. Ready to go after a big long break from vlogging. Happy Monday everyone, Thomas here. Start of a new week, the second week of Easter break, but it's a big one because tomorrow through the Thursday I'm going off to Edinburgh with my class to have the bands. The reason why I'm in college today is because I did a lot of work over the weekends trying to get the YouTube videos for Tuesday and Thursday finished, and then other stuff like getting stuff ready to go to Edinburgh, what I can vlog, getting extra work done. When I was over skiing, I brought my laptop with me and I had to do a bit of editing over there because it was there for a week, but because we're only going for 3 days and I've got extra work done over the weekend, I had the luxury then of not having to edit. So I'm not going to bring my laptop with me, I'm just going to record. Obviously from a viewer's perspective, you just see the end product of the video and you're like, oh, he's really happy and stuff, but if you do work over there, I think it can detract from the experience. And specifically because this is quite a short trip, I'm thinking why not just, you know, if I'm just filming, it's just going to be really enjoyable. Yes, it's going to be a shed ton of work to do when I come back here to Ireland, but it doesn't really matter. So this morning, I'm going to get work done, head straight to Quinn, and then get cracking on a topic in the afternoon to talk about. As I'm speaking, everyone behind me is being evacuated out of the Global Lounge because the alarm is going off. Listen. And there's everyone who is working inside.
I'm coming in out to shake your head.
Ringing Covens out to get an appointment for this evening. Hi, how are you? I'm just wondering, is there any, boom, I'm telling you, summer is coming. Look at this freaking sunshine. Jacket's gonna come off because it's a lovely day. So yeah, I guess the topic for today's video is why I moved colleges. I mentioned in a video last week that I was in DCU for my actual first year in college, so the summer after I finished my Leaving Cert. When I did first year for the first time, I did that in this college, in DCU. I was there for 3 months doing genetics and cell biology. Now, that only worked out for 3 months. I ended up leaving after the first semester. And I only touched on it briefly at the time. I just said I hated my course, but I, funnily enough, had a phone call last week with a guy who had dropped out of college in UCD, who's doing arts, and he was wondering whether or not commerce would be a good pick for him to go back to college with. And it was funny for me because I didn't really realise at the time. I think when you're in secondary school, it's just built up that, you know, as long as you do your research, you'll find a course that will suit you. But for a lot of people, it rarely works out that way. Some people go into a PLC to then go to college. Some people don't go to college at all. Some people do apprenticeships. Some people, like myself, go into college, find out they don't like the course, and they drop out and end up going back again the next year. Some people take a gap year. Some people transfer within the college in the same year so they don't miss out. I'm actually, it is a little bit cold, I might put the jacket back on. Point being that a lot of stuff is painted as black and white when there's many shades of grey, and college is no different. There's a certain financial impact when you choose to do what I did, which is to leave after the first year. So I'll give an example, right? So we paid half fees for my first year because I only was there for half a semester, but this year we pay 4.5. So it still averages out at $3 grand a year, but that's sort of distributed unevenly, if that makes sense. Why did I drop out? I put a lot of science on my CAO because I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I was sort of good at science in school, and when I asked my teachers, they said I was good at science. So I guess it was partially relying on what other people thought of me as opposed to just relying on myself. And when the round 2 offers came out and I was upgraded from 505 to 510, I actually got science in Trinity, but I was happy enough in DCU. So, you know, 3 weeks in, I didn't really like it, but you know, I don't think it was enough time to give a proper judgment as to whether or not I wanted to leave. But 3 months, which is 12 weeks, was enough time, you know what I mean? And it, like anything, I didn't just go in and not like it, but it progressively got worse. Another factor wasn't just the course, but when I went to DCU originally, I made friends straight off the bat. But then after a while, I didn't find people who wanted to do the stuff that I was doing. So I didn't find anyone who was really interested in videos or was very entrepreneurial or anything. And it's a bit like going to secondary school and then not having, you know, your best mate from your football team there, and you always have this sort of link that you can talk about. So, you know, maybe it's football, maybe it's knitting, I don't know, maybe it's cricket, and that's added to the pain, if that makes sense. So I guess it was a combination of all those things that made me want to change. I can say that this year I'm definitely a lot happier, and it's not all because of the course though, as in I enjoy commerce more, but again, it's not as black and white. College courses aren't miracles. They're not things that make you magically happy. I think that you need to be doing stuff outside of college if you want to make meaning out of your life. Maybe your meaning is through the college course and making friends, and that's perfect, but it wasn't for me. I think another reason why I like here is that I found quite a few people who enjoy videos. A few people have messaged me asking what commerce is like. If you want to find out, as opposed to just this, obviously you can ring me. That guy just messaged me on Snapchat, and then I set up a phone call, and I'm always happy to talk to anyone about, you know, whatever they want to do, because like the Leaving Cert is a very stressful experience. At the time I was like, oh no, I'll be fine, and it was fine. Like, there's no getting over the fact that it's just very stressful for any 17, 18-year-old to go through. I wouldn't have unreal expectations for a college course, because I think you're setting yourself up for failure, because if you set such high expectations, when you get here, you can only feel like that they could go lower than that. I'd come in with an open mind for opportunities, and I'm gonna, you know, give this thing a go. Ironically, that has a very positive effect, because anything cool that you learn, you see as a positive, and you learn from it a lot more, as opposed to something that just never could fulfill this sort of dream you had about going to college. So those were the main reasons why I moved. I don't think you can explain that to someone in a conversation, hence why I'm saying it on camera, because when someone asks you, you're like, oh, I just didn't like the course. Like, you're not going to delve into your life story. It's just not relevant for general chit chat. But because this is a longer format and you can go in deep with the audience, you guys have a better understanding now of why I did move. Ever since I had that little cheeky meeting with Jake, so there's Jake right over there. After the first football meetup, I've been like addicted to mild chili rice cakes. Here we are, cheeky chili rice cakes. Back to work. When the battery runs out in your Apple Watch, you no longer look at your Apple Watch. 20 to 4, what have I been doing for the past basically 5 hours? Got 2 YouTube videos finished, uploaded for Tuesday and Thursday of this week, because on both of those days I'm going to be in Edinburgh, won't have my laptop with me, and hence why I had to do them in advance. Booked Cut and Sew online. You don't actually have to ring them. You can just literally go onto the website, go to the booking tab, and then it comes up with different times or whatever that different barbers can do you or whatever. So I picked Amy. Because she's the latest time you can go for, 6:30. Yeah, it was also tying up projects. So prior to Christmas, I got a lot of client work that was turned over very fast. So I'd get the work, we'd shoot it, and I'd have it to them within a week or two, and then I get paid. It was just a really quick process. Ever since the turn of the year, everything has been slowed down. I got a couple of bigger projects which paid a bit more, but they've been really, really slow, and email for me generally isn't very productive. But just spent a bit of time looking at all the different projects that are currently in limbo. So the stuff has been shot, editing hasn't been fully done, maybe I haven't got back to them because of midterms and stuff, and just trying to finish it up and just move on. But now, yeah, gonna go to the gym.
I'm coming in out to shake your head, 'cause baby we get off.
Boom, so here in the locker, back and biceps is probably my favorite day. One, because my deadlift is quite strong when I pull sumo. I'm gonna pull a Glenn Fitness on this one. Sorry, I did this in this last video. I'm just not gonna record it because 1, I don't have a lot of time, and 2, it's better that I get quality sessions in rather than getting 80% sessions that are 20% Snapchat stories. So I'll see you guys after the gains are achieved. Great back and bi session. It was a great decision not to record any of it. finished it and then spent like half an hour chatting to two good friends, which means we're late going into town. It's 5 o'clock, but we've got to get stuff for Edinburgh before the haircut and then go home. So, let's go.
I know you feel the way I do, 'cause there ain't nobody else like us out here, and there ain't nothing you can do. Oh, I feel the way I feel too. That could be.
Boom, good evening everyone. 5:45, haircut in 45 minutes. The first thing I have on my checklist is a padlock so I can lock my bag while I'm over in Edinburgh. Here we go. Just had a cheeky epiphany. I have a lock because I have the lock for the locker in UCD, so I'll probably do me fine. Boom, so we're gonna get a haircut, Temple Bar, and I guess I might as well, this is called like the Edinburgh, like episode 1, that's because this is going to be like a 4-part series. This is the day before. Tomorrow is the day we actually go over. Our flight leaves at 6:30 in the morning. Luckily I live near the airport, so it's not going to take that long to get there, but I think most people are getting that flight. Some people are getting a flight later on today at around 12 p.m, but obviously if it's only a 2 or 3 day trip, you might as well make the most of it. A lot of people from Commerce are going. There's 260 people in Commerce and about 100 are going. I'm in an 8-person room. Emer's in it, Owen's in it, Quiva's in it. I actually didn't like decide which room I wanted to be in. Luckily I'm in a group with all my friends, so it's going to be a fun time over the next 2 days. Here, let's move over to the sign. Boom, there we go. But it's like it's inside this shop. There you go. Only since 2013. Wow. This is the before, this is the after. Look at that! I'm really, really impressed. There you go, there's one side. This place gets the thumbs up. Thanks very much. I'm underneath this big freaking air vent, but quickly I'll do my little haircut review. So, customer service, 10 out of 10. They're just incredibly nice. They offer you a free beer if you want one. Like obviously I don't drink, so I didn't take the beer. In terms of like craftsmanship, really, really nice. Like normally when someone thins your hair, they get the thinning scissors and they go ch-ch-ch-ch. She did this cool way where you open it up and you're like, I don't know, it was cool. Like look at it, I think it's really nice. It's just slightly better than anything I've gotten before. It was 25 euro, but she didn't have change, so it was 20 euro. But it's the type of thing you'd happily pay 25 because it's just a really good haircut, you know what I mean? And I think it's the best one that I've gotten on these videos anyway. So Cut and Sew definitely gets a thumbs up from me, and I got a sick Instagram pic. But that, guys, brings an end to today's vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed. Obviously, it's just a bit of prep before going to Edinburgh. The only real prep that got done was this haircut, but I'm really excited. Our flight leaves at 6:30 in the morning tomorrow, and this is day 1 of 4 days in a row consecutively vlogging. You guys won't see the first actual day in Edinburgh till Tuesday, because this is going to go up on Saturday, but nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give the video a like rating. Other than that, I'll see you guys soon. Peace.
Bang, 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 bang.